I'm a third-year medic. I'm running for international officer. I like to help generally in college, and I think as I will be here for quite a lot of years more, I think it would be interesting to kind of help with some of the issues that international students are facing. There is currently a campaign in terms of helping with changing the international student storage, which I think would be quite good, and we could explore with the college ways in which it could be improved. Also, we could try to change the policy where if you stay here over the holidays, by default, you have to kind of move out of your room unless you can apply. So we can make it so that by default you wouldn't have to move out of your room, and because like international students have a tendency to stay here, which I have done for the holidays, and it's a bit inconvenient. Furthermore, I think we could increase the provision for access for international students, and also have perhaps on the college side the email of the international officer or like a link to the Facebook page, and we can essentially help people on when who are thinking of applying here. And we could also liaise with the alumni, and perhaps if there is an alumnus who is stationed in the area where the international students are from, they could meet with them, especially with the recent alumni, and generally talk with them about college and how it is, which I think would be a pretty good idea, and I could definitely do in Cyprus. And we could do that the same in schools if alumni are willing to do that. And yeah, so finally I would just like to send a survey among international students and see what kind of issues they would like to have addressed. And that's it for me. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Shreya and I'm a first year lawyer. So I'm sure you guys remember the big move from home to university when you got here, and you probably were feeling a bit anxious and a bit nervous about all of it. For international students, that feeling sometimes a bit more amplified when you realize you're moving to an entirely different country. But I want to highlight the fact that for every difference that you can find between us, you can probably find 10 times the similarities. And that's what I want internationals to know, and I want them to know that they belong here just as much as anyone else. As an international officer, I would aim to have the support structure in place, open to anyone who requires it. The first means of helping incoming internationals would be through social media because of the physical distance between us. So I would aim to do that by answering any of their questions or queries during the application process, or just making them feel more comfortable about their move in October. I also hope to be able to organize events during International Freshers Week and when the locals arrive, just to ensure that they get a chance to bond with everybody in Selwyn. I want to be present for them in the capacity of more than a friend, and for them to be able to talk to me about their problems or any ideas that they want to see implemented in Selwyn. And I will continue an effort to tackle current problems like Sonali has done with international storage. For a more specific look at my plans, please look at my manifesto or feel free to ask me any questions. I believe I have the relevant experience to do this because I was an orientation group leader in my previous school, which means that I'm familiar with making people assimilate and adapt to new surroundings. And growing up in the multicultural society of Singapore, I've always been sensitive to the practices and needs of different cultures. Most of all, I think I enjoy working in a team, brainstorming and implementing ideas, so it'd be great to give back in this way. I would be lying if I told you that Selwyn felt like home right when I walked in on the first day, but with a week to going home, the feeling's bittersweet, and I definitely feel like Selwyn is truly beginning to feel like a second home in its own right, and that's what I want all international students to feel. So if you want to see that happen, vote for me.
So with a lot of the international students, many issues are that once like Freshers Week is over, they kind of split into their national societies and groups. How would you implement that further integration for them into Selwyn? Like they obviously don't feel too welcome. Like events or
I don't know whether it would be good idea to have like international student-only events, but in general I think because there are in general not many international students here, we do tend to be quite well integrated, and we can just try to talk to them in general and develop a good relationship, and then like we can let them know what events the JCR is holding, so everyone comes to the events in general.
I think, so we have a closed international group, I think, currently, and that was really helpful before coming here because now we post stuff. But I think I would just keep updating the page and organize like dinners or nights out or film nights just for everyone to continue meeting throughout term. I think the best way for everyone to meet and bond is just to come to as many events, like whenever they can, if they're happening. Also, I don't think we have a page running yet, so maybe I get a page up. That would be a way to involve local people as well if they wanted to come and just meet everyone. And like I think it's more about abolishing the distinction between.
No, I meant like internationals with UK students.
Oh yeah, so just a page running instead of a closed group, so that everyone can come whenever they want to.
I think a lot of the ideas seem to revolve around having like Facebook, and how would you make sure that a student who doesn't have like a mainstream Western social media account is still like fully included in the international activities going on?
Through email, I guess. I think that would be the best because I guess it wouldn't really be easy not to, because the thing is, as an international, my main resource was just like Facebook and the internet, because like there's a physical distance. But I guess the best way would be emailing them through the CRS IDs.
Yeah, I think email would be the best way as well. Of course, if they have any kind of query before they come to the UK, we can Skype if they want to. And I think that would be the best way to tell it.
Any questions? Got one more.
I know from just helping Sonali in International Press Week this year that it often felt like there would be one main event in the day, but then in between that, people kind of be hanging around not really sure what to do. So how would you kind of make it more to do without being kind of pushy and constant?
In terms of the International Press Week, you mean?
Yeah.
I think we could have some Selwyn-specific events because that's the time before most people have arrived. I think it's like the days before the actual first week. So yeah, I think we can have like some Selwyn events, or we could have some events with some other nearby colleges and maybe go out for dinner, or just go out in town and have brunch and generally like relaxed events that kind of like fill up the time to play.
Sorry, did you mean just one event running?
Like, like each day kind of thing, not just
yes.
one.
No, so I think I was getting a bit confused because there was like a Selwyn International Week timetable and a Uni International Week timetable, and I didn't really know. It kind of conflicted, so I wasn't sure where I was supposed to be. I definitely like post a guideline on like explaining like that this is like if you want this or if you want a college tour you should go here, and they would overlap as well. So perhaps fill in time slots for Selwyn stuff where there isn't university stuff, because then it'd just be a lot easier to move around, and probably also write a bit of give them a bit of a write-up about what the event's all about and what actually happens then, because instead of just like the name of the event, just so they know what it entails and if they want to come to that. Okay, thanks guys.